Microphone check, 1, 2, what is this? It's the 5'7" assassin in the podcast business. I am your host, Rohan Patra, the rap music plug at your service.
Here we are again at the end of a rainbow.
The Rap Music Plug podcast presented by QLC TV is the remedy to the I don't have anything good to listen to problem. Through in-depth album and song reviews, as well as artist interviews and general rap commentary sprinkled in between on all of what the mainstream and underground rap scenes have to offer, this is your one-stop shop to knowing what to add to your queue, play next, or pop into your record player. Welcome to the show. What's up, everybody? What's up, family? From Chicago, we have with us today a multi-talented rapper, producer, DJ, TV show host, greenSLLIME. He has some great work under his belt as a rapper, producer, with some very dope projects that dropped over the past recent years, along with some interesting collabs too with sick artists, notably from Chicago, through music and other avenues, such as Qari, Mick Jenkins, SolarFive, and more. SLLIME's an artist who, honestly, I only consciously tapped into at the beginning of this year. But as we'll discuss throughout this interview, his work is something I was actually already familiar with and just didn't notice. And his impact also extends well beyond just the music he's dropped under his name. So welcome to the show. How you doing today?
What up? What up? Damn, you did your research for real. I'm like, damn. What's up, man?
Yo, I was looking forward to have you on the show, not just because of like the artistic output that I really like, but because based on that show, broke ass low budget show that you hosted, and your music that we'll obviously get into soon. You know, you seem really charismatic and funny, and so I want to see if that was a real deal in person.
Just trying to have a good time, man. You know what I'm saying? People be too serious and shit. Rappers be all serious. Like at the end of the day, motherfuckers just want to laugh and shit. You know what I'm saying? So I'll be laughing. You can ask anybody I know, they're gonna tell you, yeah, he be joking too much. You know what I'm saying? So yeah.
Yeah, like seeing the way you seem so comfortable and cool amidst like the super supreme awkwardness on your show in particular is mad impressive. Reminds me of like Eric Andre. Like I don't know how you bear that at times. It's fucking great.
Yeah. People always say that about Eric Andre, and I actually watched his show a lot and fucked with it, but I wasn't trying to like run around naked and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he goes a little different places.
I was
than
like,
you do, for sure.
I was like, we ain't gonna be too similar. You know, he could do all that stuff. I'm not gonna do that, but
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? I definitely like to bring another element. Like, what the fuck? Like, what is this like box that like everybody's always in, or like everybody's trying to like be corporate and shit, and like, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? Like, people want to know who you really are. Like, people want to know some fucked up shit you did, your flaw, whatever. You know what I'm saying? That's more relatable to me than like playing perfect, tough or some shit. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I like to do.
And like, how did this magnetic, I'll call it, personality of yours develop over the years? Like, were you always known as the funny, chill guy when you were younger, or did you kind of grow into that?
When I was a little kid, I was super quiet. Like I was like with my family and shit, I was always energetic and like performing in front of people and shit, like before I could even really talk and shit, like show and tells and all that. I always liked that shit. But then like when I would get around like strangers or whatever, I would just be like quiet. And just as life went on, that shit was not good all the time. You know what I'm saying? Like it was just, I just came out the shell, I guess, because really people thought shit was funny all the time that I just thought was normal. You know what I'm saying? So that had me like, all right, I'm gonna talk more and shit. Like even like with DJing and all that, I wanted to perform, but I didn't want to rap all the time. I was still rapping, but it was just like at that time I wanted to be quiet and just talk with my hands. You know what I'm saying? But you know, things change. The beats and everything just kind of worked all in together. Like, you know, it just it's easier when more people know your personality more. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Oh, totally.
you know what I'm saying? And it's like you're just more comfortable a little bit. So now I just don't give a fuck because it's like, why? Who would I be giving a fuck for? Like, who's gonna be like, what are they gonna do? You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Like, the worst somebody gonna say is, hey, I don't like that guy. Like, oh well, I didn't do nothing to him. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, and it makes a big difference as like a consumer of the music too, because immediately once I like checked out your stuff, I was like, I like this guy. I want to root for this guy. I want to support him monetarily. Like it all kind of goes from there.
I'm a fan.
And like, yo, there's a bunch of I'm obviously not gonna name names and be a dick, but like there's a bunch of dope rappers that or any artist really that I like, but I'm like, I don't really think that I'll really enjoy spending time with you. And it's fine. I don't need to like enjoy spending time with everybody, but it helps. Usually it helps.
I feel the same way. And lately it's kind of weighing on me more. Well, I don't know. I'll say this. If I do feel the other way, if I feel like I could hang out with you and shit, then I'm gonna like you way more. You know what I'm saying? Like I'll still listen to music and shit, like for what it is, but I'm never gonna like get all the way into it
Hmm.
unless I fuck with you. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. I don't even
Yeah.
give a fuck if it's the music ain't that great. If I like you, you know what I'm saying? I'll be like, yo, bump that shit. He's turned, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's
Yeah.
how.
And like, so I want to get into what preceded the first, or not the first, the last couple years as you really start to emerge in the music scene under you as a solo artist here, where you got onto mine and many other heads' radars as well. So could you get into what inspires you to get into hip hop when you were younger?
Well, it's always been around. I always liked music. It's kind of just like it was never a decision. It was a decision to like pursue shit, but I've always been like literally since a baby when I was bouncing on my parents' knees, they used to rap to me. Like they had their
Oh
own rap
damn.
for my name, like Zachary means like all this shit. My first book I read was what's that coconut? One A told B and B told C, I'll meet you at the top of the coconut tree. Uh
What is that? I
chicka chicka
recognize
chicka
that.
chicka boom boom.
Oh,
It's
okay.
no book of all rhyming, like the Dr. Seuss shits, all that shit. I used to fucking write um like books and like from first to like third grade and shit and like win awards and go downstate and shit for like little fictional shits I wrote. So I was always writing, started writing poetry and shit in middle school. And then by high school, people were like battling and like showing what they wrote. And so I started doing that. And with that came wanting to, I needed beats. I think I was like 12 when I started making beats and all my cousin's equipment. He had some equipment. I got it right here, actually. He used to punch me and shit and drag me down the stairs when I like, because I didn't know what I was doing. So I would like delete whatever he said,
Oh God, I'd be so
all kind
pissed.
of shit. Yeah. And this is like 2002. So like,
No
you don't
backup hard
have
drives.
there's no backups and all that shit. It's just like it was a floppy disk is what you had. And if you delete that shit, it's gone. So yeah, I went through all that and that's how I learned. And then my cousin was like, yo, you should DJ and shit, help me get some turntables. And I started DJing through high school. And it kind of just stuck with that, like, cause from making money, it was way easier to make money right away DJing than rapping and making beats. You know what I'm saying? Everybody always needed a DJ for parties and
Hmm.
all that kind of shit. So I always stuck with that and did that. And then just worked on my other shit in the background. And then, you know, shit start taking off, start going around the world DJing with Mick. And fucking I was like, man, but I can't forget about the rapping shit. So I was like, let me get back on my shit. You know what I'm saying? Real heavy because people just looking at me. I love DJing, being a DJ, but like I want motherfuckers to know I got rhymes too. You know what I'm saying? I got
Mhm.
beats too. Like it ain't just that. Like I got all three and I could do some other shit too. So it's like people you always used to say, stick to one thing. And I just never listened to them because it's all one thing to me. Like DJing and making beats go together and rapping just happen naturally. And once you got that in the equation, you know what I'm saying? If you got some hot shit going, you're going to say something on it. So it just started happening more, you know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
As I started making more beats, like I just naturally had shit to say on them, you know what I'm saying? Like I was just talking about shit that was happening, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So, or whatever I was thinking at the time, and like having the courage to be like, yeah, I'm gonna say that, even though it's kind of wild. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
I thought it. So at the end of the day, it's me. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, why should I be embarrassed to say it? If I,
Yeah, the way that you kind of like have those kind of wild ass lines in your music reminds me a lot of like Rock Marciano the way he does it, because Rock Marciano been saying some fucking ridiculous shit, but
yeah,
it's just like fucking sick. Same like Action Bronson. I love that. I really particularly like that shit. It's funny, it's
yeah,
like clever, and then it's still like a dope bar too. Like it's not
yeah,
like some whack
exactly.
shit.
They like characters, kind of. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? And that's kind of what happens. Like, it's a creative thing. Of course, all this is coming from your real life because you could. How would you even know the words of situations? But then it's also like you become a character in your own story, and it's like with that you could put hope or whatever into it. You know what I'm saying? Like you might know, I got the song Regal Flow. I want a Regal. So I'm like, I said the shit. I want the
Mm-hmm.
fucking Regal. You know what I'm saying? Like it's that simple, man. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
And so one of the biggest milestones related to your initial involvement in the industry was in 2012. You partnered with SolarFive, rapper producer, if people don't know him, otherwise known as On God, who you probably recognize from a bunch of Mick Jenkins songs. You opened up a studio called the 406 in Chicago, and from what I understand, you did this after dropping out of university. So my question really is like, I feel like that would have taken a whole ton of courage and self-belief to take that sort of leap. So could you walk us through your thought process into
Well, it was
how you
actually
took that decision?
two universities, but yeah,
Yeah, true. It was. Yeah, it was the DePaul and
yeah, and
Howard, right?
Howard,
Yeah.
yep, Howard in
Yeah.
DC. So damn, you guys did the research. So yeah, I was at Howard. Shout out Howard in DC. I love that place. Historically black college, and it was a great place to be at, and I was loving it. But I was doing some dumb shit, and I got caught up, and I went to jail and got a case, and I had to come back to. I had to drop out. Basically, it was like I couldn't stay over there. I couldn't stay in
Mhm.
Maryland, DC, nowhere around there no more. So I had to drop out. Came back to Chicago. I tried to go to school again, but that shit was not working. I worked in a warehouse too, like 8 Mile type shit for like 3 years, 2 years. I don't even know how long it was. I worked in a fucking warehouse, driving forklifts and shit. And I saved up the bread and I went and I got a studio. I met SolarFive around the same time through Def C, and he was an engineer. So I was like, boom. I think like the first week I had opened the studio, I had a session where I had to record. My first client was like an opera, and
Damn.
it was like 12 people. So I had to set up 12 mics and like record 3 acts of an opera, and each one was like 3 hours long. And that's like the craziest experience I ever had recording. I never wanted to do it again. And so I was like, I need an engineer, and I met Cube, and it was all just like perfect timing. And we just started taking off. And then my other homies, Brian and Billy, um, and Q, they all formed On God, and they started making fire ass beats.
Yeah.
And then one day Mick Jenkins tweeted, I need some weed. Somebody told him to go meet my homie. He met my homie. We all like linked up and just started vibing and shit. He liked they beats. It just all clicked. And then that's how like Trees and Truths and the Waters and all that shit came about. And motherfuckers started going on tour and shit. And I was the DJ. So it was like boom, you DJ, boom, boom, boom. And then so it just all clicked, you know what I'm saying? If I had not kept doing one of the things people told me, you know what I'm saying, and I wouldn't have had all the options
Yeah, exactly. It
to
really seemed to spawn a bunch of opportunity for you. And but you don't feel like it was like some big, like, did you feel like this was just like a logical thing for you to do, or did you feel like you were taking a big risk by, I don't know, not pursuing music in this way and doing something else?
by you mean by not per, what you mean, like when I dropped out or what?
Yeah, like after you dropped out, like did you feel like it was a risk to like keep going in this, or did you have this urge to be like, nah, like you know what, I just need to go kind of
Well, when
take
I
a low
dropped
risk
out,
thing doing non-music and just kind of like,
when I dropped out, when I came out of jail, I told everybody, I told all my close friends that they was like, so what you, because you know, when you in there, ain't got shit to do. I wasn't in there long, I was in there a weekend, but fucking, it seems like forever and there's nothing to do. You have nothing but your mind. And so you get to thinking. And I was like, what do I want to do when I come out? Like, what do I really want to do? Like, what's my fucking dream? You know what I'm saying? Like, what do I know that I want to do this, but I need something specific that I can
yeah,
say and like manifest, like something specific. What's something specific? And I was like, I want to go on tour with Redman and Method Man.
damn,
And I want to smoke all the weed around the world. And that was my dream. Like, that was it. Because we used to watch How High all day in my basement. Anybody that used to kick it in my basement know the shit word for word, the whole movie. So, like, those was my heroes. You feel me? Like, I looked up to them crazy. I still do. So I told all my friends that, and like, you know, they all fucked with me in the music, but it was hilarious to everybody because one, it was completely impossible. Like,
yeah,
Redman and Method Man were not on tour, hadn't been touring for years. You know what I'm saying? It was tied up in a Def Jam deal or whatever. Um, I've never been on a fucking tour. I hadn't even really released that much music. Nobody knew who the fuck I was. How the fuck
hmm,
am I gonna go on tour? Nobody we know has ever even gone on tour. Like, this is like, you know, the early days in Chicago. Nobody knows shit. Like, nobody has like got on or made it yet. And fucking, this is all just like sounds crazy to everybody, right?
yeah,
And so fast forward like a few years later after the studio and Lincoln and all that shit, Mick calls me and he's like, yo, we going on tour. And I was like, oh shit, we going on tour. It's the first tour. I think it was like 2014, 2013, something like that. And I'm just so happy we're going on tour, right? I don't even think to ask who. And then I'm like, he goes, get and guess who? And I'm like, who? Redman, Method Man,
wow,
fucking Be Real from Cypress Hill, and fucking Burner from
shit,
Cookies. So Redman, Method Man, Be Real, another goat of the weed rap, and then Burner, the man who made the cookies, who got the best weed at the time. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, holy shit, like it's everything I said. And then when I told everybody else, they just fell out laughing, like, holy shit, like you really said that shit. And when you said it, you know what I'm saying? It was just impossible. So, and that's not even no shit that like we did some specific shit to make this happen. Like it was completely random, just some random shit, random as fuck.
it's random, but like you said, you put yourself in the position to where that could happen. If you
Right.
had you not done any of this, that would have literally been impossible.
But it just happened to be
That's
like
crazy.
the guy that signed Mick was a partner in the Smokers Club. They were putting on a Smokers tour, and it was they wanted to bring back Redman, Method Man, Be Real, and then we need a new guy. Oh, let's choose this guy we just signed, Mick Jenkins. They had Joey, they had a bunch of motherfuckers they could have put.
Yeah.
So it was just like, holy shit. And yeah, that was still to this day the craziest shit that's ever happened to me. I like for 35 nights, I think, straight. Watched these motherfuckers every night. You know what I'm saying? I slept on the floor. I didn't give a fuck. Like I was just trying to be there. You know what I'm saying? Like this shit was crazy. It was
Yeah,
crazy.
man. And
Smoked hella weed.
yeah, I bet, man, especially those guys. Like
People were
so
throwing them pounds of weed like it was nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like it was so and they were all real nice dudes too. So it was crazy.
like so on the topic of Mick, like just generally, like how's your relationship with him and how did that influence not only your career you're kind of getting into, but how did it help you develop your craft too?
Well, that's my homie. So like, and it's a we like a different kind of homie because we done did so much shit that only me and him did. You know what I'm saying? Like most like you got a bunch of homies and you all got the similar experiences with each other, whatever. But only me and him have been around the world together. You know what I'm saying? Doing rap. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
We be fucking smoking on the balcony all the time. Like, man, can you believe this shit that we here right now? And they'll be like, nah, like that shit happens all the time. And we the only people, and I'm the only person for him that shit happened with, and he the only person for me.
that's
So
special.
when we be doing all this shit, of course we both rapping. I rap, he rap. So it'd be like I had to step my shit up. You know what I'm saying? But he say the same thing about me. He like, nah, you make me step my shit up. So we be going back and forth, freestyling, smoking. Uh and at first I was like, you know, I'm the DJ. You know how he gonna feel if I'm trying to rap now? Like he gonna be like, yo, what you doing? You know what I'm saying? What do that mean for me? But he ain't never been like that. He always since day one was like, no, you could fucking rap. Like you one of my favorite rappers. You one of the top in Chicago that I know. You gotta rap. Like where the raps? He always encouraged me to rap. So I was like, all right, if everybody think he cold and he think I'm cold, wait till these motherfuckers hear this shit. You know what I'm saying? So I'm on his new album finna drop. You know what I'm saying? I got a verse on there, Hot Fire.
Dope.
So that's my man's for real. So it's just like it ain't never been no funny shit. He just like we got a whole tape actually. We got like fucking 13 songs
Is
that
that gonna come out?
it could have been out a year. It could have been out 2 years ago. It could have been out a year. It's been done for a long time. I don't think it's done. That's the problem. That's why it's not out. He's trying to put it out. I don't think it's done because personally, he got me on like 2 songs, and I gotta I gotta get him on one more song before we drop it, just so it's even. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Because otherwise, he up one, and I'm not going for that because nah, you know what I'm saying. So we just gotta make one more song that I gotta get him on. You know what I'm saying. When we get on the track, he be trying to take my head off,
Yeah,
man.
it's competitive. Yeah.
Yeah, I had to realize that. I didn't realize till like the third song. I was just trying to make some hot shit, and then I'm like, oh, he rapping, right? Like he come like that every time, no matter who we on a song with. And my homie Def C and Q, they SolarFive, they the same way. You know what I'm saying? So rapping with all three of them has really they the same story where like me and Q got a relationship that nobody else got. You know what I'm saying? Like, cause we started the studio shit together. Like, we seen all this shit from the jump when it was nothing. You know what I'm saying? So him telling me to rap, I always thought he was a great rapper. I always thought Def C was a great rapper. So them and we got an album too. So when they was telling me to rap, and it's done. Me, Def C, and Q shit is done, and it's coming probably the next 2 months. But them telling me to rap was like the the final thing too, because Def C always pumped me up like from day one, but like I guess I started believing him a
Yeah.
little more. You know what I'm
When
saying?
Def C says something, you should listen. And that
Yeah,
guy's crazy.
yeah. He like sat me down one day. He was like, man, he was like, if you believed in yourself as much as you doing it when you on the mic, like when you rapping, then you wouldn't have had no issue. And I was like, damn. And I was like, he really think I could do this shit? All right. You know what I'm saying? Let me. So yeah, really them three people encouraged me like a motherfucker. Like, you know, as long as I know think I'm cold, I don't give a fuck who don't think I'm cold. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because they some of my favorite rappers. So
Hmm.
yeah.
And so, one of the other like big relationships you had obviously was with Qari
And
through
him
the that
too.
spawned from the 406. And one particular thing is reminding me on this conversation is like related to the album you dropped with him in 2019, Operation Hennessy. I
Yeah.
read an article recently from you in I think it was the Chicago Reader. Shouts out to them. And you
Or shout out
quoted,
your
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
he wrote that. He's nice.
And you were quoted as saying that this album helped kill the doubt for you as it relates to your music. And I find that super related to what we're just talking about.
Yeah.
So could you unpack that a bit more? Like, why did that project have that effect on you?
Okay. So I've always been making this style of music or whatever you would call it. Lately, the past few years has been getting different names. People call throw all kind of shit on what this shit is, right? Or if whether they saying it sound like rock, it sound like Griselda, it sound lo-fi, whatever, right? Been doing that shit since before I knew about any of that shit. And it's you could go check, you know what I'm saying? It's online. Fucking I never felt like it like people would support it though. You know what I'm saying? It was also because I wasn't putting out enough and shit like that, right? I didn't feel like I was ready yet, like it was good enough. But at the same time, I always had people, whether it was family or homies, whatever, like, yo, man, put some drums on that beat, or you need some 808s or that banger. Nobody want to hear this type of shit. Like motherfuckers want to be in the club and dancing and whoa, 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 whoa. And at this time, like all this shit that's popping right now wasn't yet the wave. You know what I'm saying? So it was like there was really nobody knew, you know what I'm saying, like that all these people would dig that shit. I knew that shit because I'm like, I know a bunch of people personally, you know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? So I know that they're online, you know what I'm saying? But for some reason, people sell shit, it influenced me to just not push it out. And so Qari, who I've known since he was a kid, probably like 15, 16, whatever, coming in the studio, and who I always thought was a fucking genius. Like him and No Name to me, uh, the way they write is just like genius. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of other motherfuckers too, but like they had a similar at the time to me was like a similar thing going on. So I thought this nigga was genius, and he thought my beats was hard. He was like, "Yo, what the fuck is going? Yo, let me." And that was like a little bit. And then after hearing him on the shit, because I remember when he was with Supreme Regime, and I remember just his whole sonically his whole journey and shit. He could really do anything.
Mm.
But what I always loved and how I first heard him was a certain lane, and I wanted to hear that type of shit. Um, but with my thing on it. So um I start telling him, and he gets the same shit in his ear. Nobody want to hear this shit. Nobody want to hear it. You got to be like this. You got to be like, we got to sell records. We got. So now he's telling me, nah, no, we can't do these beats. We need, right? And I'm telling him, trust me, people want to hear you rap on this. Rap on this. Just do it for me. Just rap on it. Fuck, just rap on it. And then before you know it, we had like a body of work. And I was like, look what we got. And we started playing it, mixing it. And, when we dropped it, I like I said, I knew I liked it. So I knew it was hard. Our friends liked it. I knew it was hard. But to see so many people fuck with it, uh, like I felt like it was really in the forefront of Chicago hip hop at that time. On everybody seen it. You know what I'm saying? And that was like everybody's giving us props. And that shit killed the doubt because like motherfuckers was telling me, it was like, man, I was wrong. Like, damn, he was right. You know what I'm saying? Like, that was that shit. How'd you know? Like, shit. And then now people still hit me up, like, look, you see all the shit going on now? Like, you knew, you know what I'm saying? And I'm like, I didn't really, it's not that I knew, it's like y'all didn't know. Like people have
Yeah.
been listening to this shit the whole time. You know what I'm saying? Like, so yeah.
No,
But
that's sick. That's sick, and it
yeah,
really sounds like it was reassuring. Like that must have felt really good.
and then that was
Um,
also that's like before I dropped that before Monk and
yeah,
Iboga
yeah.
or Re-Rock as it's called now. But at the end of Operation Hennessy is the only time I rap on the tape. You know what I'm saying? And that's kind of like the whole progression. Like the first song was a beat I sent him, and he sent me back like a Facebook video just like this right now with him rapping on the mic, and
I've seen that. Yeah.
we'll use that audio for the song. And so it morphs from there to like songs that we purposely do, and then by the end it's like I'm gonna jump on one now, you know what I'm saying? And then after that, now I got my own shits, you know what I'm saying? And now when we come back, I'm gonna be on that motherfucker some more.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I think we got a bunch of songs, but me and him probably have like two or three that we're both on right now, three. And then me and him, just him rapping, we have probably three as well. So that shit's gonna come this year as well.
Yeah.
Before maybe after the new year. I don't know. Maybe we'll wait till 2022, some futuristic type shit. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, definitely look out for that shit.
Yo, totally, man. I'm already psyched. And you're talking about sounds like a lot of times when you were waiting or like deciding, opting not to put out your shit, seems like a part of it was definitely because you really respect the craft. You don't want to put some whack shit out there. And so I find that really interesting because like in your like album descriptions and just kind of like your I don't know, your demeanor, it sounds like you're so laid back, carefree, which is still true, but when you listen to the music, you hear the detail in the lyrics, you hear the meticulousness in the beats. So I'm like curious, like what is your creative process look like? Is it as spur of the moment as it seems, or is it a lot more calculated?
It's definitely spur of the moment, but that's the whole thing. It's crazy you picked up on it because what was holding me back wasn't so much what everyone else was saying as so it was more me in my own head, right? And that's why what Def C said to me like shattered the whole shit. And damn, I gotta remember now. But yeah, it wasn't so much what everybody else was saying. It was like I was thinking about shit so much that I wasn't being myself no more. I was being too calculated, and it's not a
Mm,
calculated thing. Like when I what I appreciate about the craft isn't the calculated part. You know what I'm saying? I do respect people that's calculated, of course, but what glows to me, you know what I'm saying, like is not being calculated. Like what glows is the truth and the rawness of it. I like the raw shit. You know what I'm saying? So I had to stop. And you know who did it too? Fucking at the time, people hated me for saying it, but Lil B changed my life
oh
because
shit.
this nigga Ray, like the bar was like this in my mind, like you gotta do that. And he took that shit and was like that and put it in the ground and stomped all on it. And I still like some of the songs. So I was like, damn, if he could do that, then I could fucking do anything. Like nothing I say is gonna be whack because look at this shit going on. Like look what everybody else is doing. Like so I had to just stop thinking so much. But that was also because of the types of beats and like shit like that people would send me. I didn't have sonically what I wanted
Yeah.
to rap on. Once I started making that, once what I was making was sounding like what I imagined, you know what I'm saying, and not just like rapping on whatever beat I could, then it wasn't, I didn't even, you didn't even think. Like like it just flow. It's literally super spontaneous when I make a song. Like I get the loop, I get the beat, whatever. And as I'm playing it, I write the whole shit and then I just record the whole thing, one take usually. You know what I'm saying? And I'm
Yeah.
like doing that on purpose, like the rawness and shit like that, because I figure other people will like that as well. You know what I'm saying? So now I'm just gonna mix it a little bit better, and boom, we're gonna be there. You know what I'm saying? The
Yeah.
next one is gonna sound like dessert. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah. Yeah, I
Three,
love that. Yeah, yeah. The
yeah,
way it's mixed, yeah, it does. I get that. I get that gourmet feel.
yeah, it's like some, it's like it's a sense. I want you to feel, experience, taste. I once did way too much LSD in high school, and I had honey flowing out of my ears. Like I could hear honey, but also taste the honey in my ears. And that shit once again changed my life. So now it's like I try to get that when I'm making a beat. If it hit that, it's like hits a spot in my ear where it feel
Yeah.
like honey. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, ooh, like it's sweet. You know what I'm saying? And like that shit tastes sweet. The beat tastes sweet. You know what I'm saying? And then I start taking bites out the motherfucker. And before I know it, it's gone.
And
And then people
yo,
be like, yeah,
I
this
can
does
hear that.
taste good. This does kind of
It
taste
does, man. I can hear,
good.
I can like envision what you're talking about. Like when I'm thinking of your music in my head right now,
Yeah.
I
Honey
can hear that.
beats. Honey beats. It's like, ooh.
You know, you're like a lot of what we're talking about right now, Def C giving you that kind of like shattering the kind of like mindset you previously had and other people that you met. It's Chicago, like all of it's like so Chicago. And I'm curious, like, how important was it living in Chicago specifically to your career? Like, do you think you would have had a similar path or even a path period to music had you grown up in a non hip hop rich city like Chicago?
I would have probably always been music related, just because of my parents and like my oldest baby pictures I got like play pianos and a play microphone and like shit like that. And my all kind of tapes and music. I remember the oldest. I remember this shit called what was it? Special K, I think his name was. No, not Special Ed. It was Special K. No, Positive K. He had a song called uh "What's Your Man Got to Do with Me." That shit was always playing at my house. Like I just remember the sounds. Like when my parents got divorced, my mom bought fucking Life After Death. You know what I'm saying? And was knocking that shit,
Damn.
driving around the city. So like I always heard it, but I couldn't have been me nowhere else than Chicago because there's so much shit that's just Chicago that's in me from like I'm talking about these foods, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm eating all these different kinds of foods in the city and I'm hearing I see graffiti, I see, the gritty shit that motherfuckers is talking about. I wouldn't have seen that shit if I lived on a farm, you know what I'm saying? I wouldn't have seen fucking shootings and just everything, the good and the bad, like
Yeah.
uh being scared for your life. You know what I'm saying? Might make you make some shit. Riding the train, seeing some shit, you know what I'm saying? Hugging your mom, fucking like everything that come with just going to school, walking to school with your homies, like just the simplest shit, going and getting uh fucking shit from the store and shit, just like nothing. Everything is Chicago, like just the friendships that I've known Def C since I was 15. You know what I'm saying? Because we was both trying to live our dreams out. I was DJ. Once again, I met him DJing. I DJ for
Mhm.
him the first time I met him. You know what I'm saying? And yeah. So that's that. It's all
That's
Chicago. I would have never known none of these people. You know what I'm saying? They all influenced me crazy.
yeah, word. And yeah, I couldn't imagine. Yeah, because like I'm thinking of like even living where I'm at, it's just a different world. It's a different
Right.
world. I experience it just purely from an outside.
Well, when I was out there, I seen a lot of heroin addicts and shit. That shit was crazy. I
In
don't know if
Ottawa?
they were, yeah. Oh, one of
If
them,
you were like in downtown, I feel like I know exactly where,
yeah, it
yo,
was
because
right next to
where
like
you
the
said
Walking
where
Dead.
you performed, you were
Yeah,
right around the corner from like some kind of homeless
Walking
shelter type
Dead
thing.
over there, man. That shit was like The Walking Dead. I went down that street to get some food, or a charger or some shit. It was a crowd of motherfuckers that was smoking crack. I was like, what is this, 1989? This shit is crazy. I thought it was in New Jack City. I was like, that's wild as hell. They got this shit just like this. The motherfuckers was shooting up. I'm like, yo, that's
Yeah.
crazy. I just didn't expect to see it because it was like you saying, like I literally turned the corner. It was like,
It's like yeah, exactly where it is. It's like yeah, I know exactly where that show
I
was.
remember that venue. I remember that. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So okay, I want to get into this show now because I find it so interesting. So unfortunately, it was posted on YouTube, now taken down. But for those that were privileged to watch it, I admittedly couldn't even get to watching all of the episodes, but I watched a good amount of them. I found it was so reminiscent of the dry humor and like the weird awkward tension that I love from shows like Eric Andre and others, that just that vein of humor I really like. You had some really dope guests, conversations with musicians from Chicago particularly, but also some fucking random ones like Tiana Trump's sister. I saw that one.
Yeah, yeah, that
Uh,
happens.
so it's like it's a
I
hard
got a weird
show.
staff, you know. I got a weird staff.
Yeah, yeah, it's a hard show to sum up for me. So could you try to do your best, like give us some insight into what the premise and the vision of that show was?
Well, imagine the worst TV show ever, the worst talk show. Nah, so uh my homie Jackson, who I make this show with 119, you know, everybody at 119, Mike and Daryl and Jude and all them. Uh we all went to high school and shit. He had like he would experiment with this shit called bad TV, and it would literally just be like static and then like some weird visual, right? And he would send it to us sometime, and we would just like all kind of laugh and shit. And then like I always had that in my head, like that static. And then of course, like, you know, old once again Chicago commercials and shit like Eagle Man and like Empire and all these old VHS commercials and shit. And then also like public television, you know what I'm saying? Shitty public television from when I was a kid, and then just mixing it all up. And I was actually asleep. I was asleep, and all these things got mixed up at the same time in my head. And I seen the shit, and I was like, I woke up right away, and I was like, I could fucking do that. It was like 3 a.m., 3:30 something, and I fucking wrote a crazy email to like 5 of my homies and was like, this is it. This is the show. We got to do this show. That's what we're going to do. I had like skits and all kind of shit like the first night. And like I had one skit where we had GLC. The literal original idea was GLC was going to pimp Saba's ride. Like I was going to pull up on Saba and be like, yo, let me pimp your ride. Because he had just got like a Camry or some shit. And I was like, let me pimp your ride. And I was going to have GLC. I was going to pick up GLC, just smoke weed in it with GLC all day and whatever the fuck we got into. And then just bring the car back. Like, yeah, we pimped your ride. And that was like the first episode. But logistically, that just did not work out. And first episode ended up being Joseph Chilliams, his brother. Shout out to Pivot. And yeah, it was just fucking hilarious. And it was exactly what I saw in my head. Maybe we had more skits in my head, but it was hilarious. So, and then once again, like, this is what I meant to say earlier with like all the calculatedness, me being so late. I'm already laid back, so it was like, why am I getting all anxious and amped up in creating? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not supposed to be like that. So now, if I ever feel like that, I just hardcore rebel against that shit. Sometimes to my detriment. Like you might see a fucked up artwork or some shit just because I said fuck it. You know what I'm saying? Like the bios on the albums, like I said fuck it. Like it's all me. Every time where I'm like, oh shit, what am I supposed to do? Like, should I write a bio that says, well, I was like, nah, fuck it. And I say whatever came to me in that moment, because I'm like, that's like the slime to me. It's like
That's that raw.
It's some ooze that's on my brain, whatever's wrong with me, you know what I'm saying? That be just that spontaneous fuck itness, you know what I'm saying? Like not on no bad shit, like we trying to hurt somebody or something, just like, good fun, like some shit. It's like a gangsta ass jackass, you know what I'm saying? Like some shit like that. But, you know, I just I like to be spontaneous.
No, and I love the way you described that slime. That's a dope like concept. Who's your favorite guest? And like why?
I think Katie got bands because that was crazy. But let me think a little more. The Smino interview was pretty funny. But I think Katie got bands is my no, GLC for sure. GLC 100% was, first off, he's a legend, and
Mm-hmm.
like not only on, like, he's just a legend in Chicago, like on the rap shit and just on some like upstanding citizen of Chicago. You know what I'm saying? Like, um, he's just a legend, in every way. So, and he's a super nice guy, and he to be graced with his, good nature and presence, and he's hilarious. He's like one of the funniest people I've ever met. You know what I'm saying? Like he could easily be a comedian. He's fucking hilarious. You know what I'm saying? That shit was crazy. And it was just crazy, man. I used to listen to him when I first started smoking. You know what I'm saying? Like, and once again, he just cool as hell. Like, it's not like I had a bunch of money, or like it's not like I was like it was super beneficial to him
Mm-hmm.
to come on my show. Like he did that shit uh because he fucks with people. You know what I'm saying? So like I fuck with GLC. He got my full support, whatever he want to do in life. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah, that's dope. Do you like it's been a while since you've like done that show. Like do you think you'll be ever try to bring that show back or do something kind of like it in the future?
Well, I'll let you know a little secret. I got another show, but it's a
Okay.
cartoon. We just
Okay.
finished the first episode, and it's actually based on, this is really funny. It's based on a skit from the show, from the broadcast show, but it's a cartoon version. But it's based on a skit that GLC was in. It's based on a skit called Space Pimp, and it's cartoon. First episode's done. Working on the next few, and then we're gonna shop it around. And if somebody's gonna pick it up. But like, worst come to worst, we're gonna put it on my site.
Mm-hmm.
But it's pretty fucking funny. I mean, it's about a pimp in space. Like,
Yeah,
have you
that's
seen that shit?
genius. Dynamite.
Pimp in space, and he's a good pimp. He's saving the galaxy. You know what I'm saying? He's not an abusive pimp. He goes around pretty much extinguishing toxic masculinity throughout the galaxy. You know what I'm saying? In the
Damn.
most hilarious ways, like pimp smacking motherfuckers off the planet. You know what I'm saying? Into outer space, into black holes, all that. You know what I'm saying? Everything you could think of. The real Han Solo story. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be good.
That sounds fucking
Space
hilarious.
Pimp.
Space Pimp. Is that gonna be the name?
That's the name.
That's the name, Space Pimp. I
But
love it.
we're bringing the show back too. It's just, they text me every week about re-uploading the videos. We just don't know the exact way. Probably gonna do Vimeo and embed them or something like that. But
Mm-hmm.
whenever we get the rest of the episodes back up, we will have new episodes too.
Dope. Dope.
So yeah, and we're probably gonna switch to doing it live, um, instead of, just to make it quicker. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
It's really no reason now. We know how to keep it moving. We don't need all the editing we did at first. At first, it was like, yo, we were here for 2 hours. We'll be there like 2 hours talking and like have to edit it down to like 15 minutes. You know what I'm saying?
Shit.
Yeah. It was a lot of like No.
Yeah,
It was a lot of stuff that was like we was just talking half the time. So it
yeah,
was you didn't even realize we were doing an interview, and then it was like, oh shit, maybe we should like do some interview stuff. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah.
But it ended up just balancing out pretty well. So
That's sick. That's sick. Okay, well, I'm pumped for that. I'm really pumped for those things.
and I was just in a movie too.
You in a
Look out
movie?
yeah, I acted in a movie with once again, GLC is in the movie. Uh,
Shit.
it's called Gray Market. Gray
Gray
Market.
market?
Yeah, I think it actually was at the Toronto Film Festival. It's gonna be at Cannes, I believe.
Damn, that's
So
dope.
look out for that joint.
Gray
Two,
market.
Gray Market. Yeah, it's crazy. Crazy movie.
Interesting. Interesting. Okay. Okay, so you got a lot of shit going on outside
Yeah,
of just the music once again, like we talked about. That's dope. That's dope.
but see, that's the other thing too. All them other years I wasn't as productive. I had a lot of shit going on in my life, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Whether it was like just Chicago shit, you know what I'm saying, family shit, all kind of shit was happening to me. So financial shit, law shit, court. I went to jail more times, two more times in that period, you know what I'm saying, before we was like going on tour and shit. So it was a whole like list of trials, and I went through everything. Like homies dying. My homie got killed in front of our studio. Rest in peace, Gucci.
Sorry to hear
Rest
that,
in peace to
man.
everybody. You know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers just happened too much. Like, and it was just a lot of shit going on. Like all them years, and not one particular thing that like held you down, but like all of them together. It was just like you never got the chance to like get up. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So it just and all of this just like made me like say fuck it even more. Like it made me like I don't know how to explain it, but it made like a fireball pop out my chest or some shit. Like I couldn't just sit around no more, and I couldn't,
Mm-hmm.
you know.
Seize the day kind of thing.
Sometimes I fall back into it. Like I've been chilling for a while, but I'm doing a lot of shit. I've been riding my bike a lot, you know what I'm saying? Getting my exercise on, you know what I'm
It's
saying?
dope.
I be taking my girl to eat dinners and shit. Watching movies. I watch movies all day. That's really what it is. I watch movies all day and night. Like I probably sleep like 4 hours. The rest of the day, I'm watching movies.
You're not
Like,
tired?
nah.
You don't need, you're one of those people. There's people like that. Don't need
I
a lot
take
of sleep.
naps. I take naps in the day, like
Okay.
or twice maybe. I might take a little nap, but like at night, I watch movies all day, all night. I just love movies, man. Like,
You ever watch Bollywood movies?
I've seen a couple, but not like I just watch them all the time. My girl likes them, so sometimes she puts them on. I'm like, oh shit, I can't remember the last one she had us watch. I don't know. She's open.
Yo, in the last, so basically since like 2020 pandemic, I think I watched like 100. I never fucked with that shit ever. I thought it was so whack and stupid, but one, I've gotten used to it, but also like most of the movies I like are they're not all like big giant like 3 hour musicals with like the cheesiest storyline. Like there's a lot of dark shit. Honestly, there's a lot of dark stuff in Indian cinema right now, and the TV shows too. Really
Yeah, I
good.
seen some pretty dark Indian horror movies. I was like completely frightened. I
There's
never
like,
wanted to see no shit like that again. I forgot the name. Was it? Is it? Oh, I forget the name. But
was
that
it
shit,
on Netflix by any chance?
it could have been. It could have been on Netflix. Could have been on Shutter.
Was it called Ghoul? I'm just like taking a random guess.
Oh no, but I did watch a little bit of Ghoul.
Yeah, that shit is really good. It's one of the best actors, like my favorite actor, Radhika Apte. She's just like
I might have to check that out.
it's like yeah, and this thing with Indian cinema too, like a lot of it has like religious overtones or undertones that like are really like in Ghoul especially, it's fucking scary. Like
Oh, I did see Ghoul. That was the one with the family, right? No, wait, no. That's that wasn't an Indian movie. That was somewhere. I forgot where. That was an Indonesian movie. I just watched that joint.
Yeah, you should watch Ghoul and Sacred Games is a TV show. That's like one of the best shows I've ever seen. Like that and Mirzapur, they're both on Netflix. Those are like legend shows already, and they're brand new. They're like within the last 2 3 years.
I'm looking this shit up right now.
Sacred Games, like from a cinematography shit, it's like made like a movie too. It's like pretty intense
Tight.
and it's dark as fuck, but really good.
Korean horror has been snapping too. I mean,
Yeah,
they've always been good, but like I've
yeah.
seen pretty good Korean horror movies. Uh, they might be the kings right now. I don't know.
I
I
see
did
you
see
getting
some.
that
I
more.
saw an Indian flick. This dude was whooping everybody's ass. Like I forgot what it was called, but he was beating everybody's ass, and it was like super cheesy. Like
Yeah, yeah.
he was singing too, and fucking, it just did not look realistic. But he was fucking people up. Like it was crazy.
You suspend disbelief so much in Indian
I just
movies,
don't
even when
know.
it's not fantasy. It's like just like ridiculous. But
Exactly.
I've
I
gotten
just
used to
did.
it.
I'll be smoking. I'll be like, yeah, fuck it, put it on. I'll be sitting there smoking. Like, holy shit, you see this? I watch a bunch of movies, like probably anything that can be watched on streaming. I've
Hmm.
probably I've probably seen it. Like if I wanted to. Like there's some shit that I'm just like, nah. Like because I already know what it's gonna be. You know what I'm saying? Like I could probably tell you the whole plot of the movie before I watch the movie for like every movie because there's only like five movies really that they just remake the same five movies in different ways.
Hmm.
Maybe not with the Bollywood shit. They be doing all kind of shit, but you know, I could tell I'm a little off sometimes, but I got the general. My girlfriend hates it. Like whenever we watch a movie, she's like, "Shut up! Don't say." Like
Yo,
the
I'm
first,
kind of like that too. I'm really good at guessing the plot. I'm like, yeah, this is gonna happen, and it happens.
yeah,
I'm like, I
exactly.
mean, like, what else do you expect, man?
First
This
like
is
20 seconds, you could really tell. Like the first 30 seconds for sure, you could tell what kind of movie it is. What like like, oh, I've seen this movie 10 times already. Like
Mhm.
I know what's about to happen here. Sometimes you still watch because it's like they're putting their spin on it. It's their version of this, like, but a lot of it is the
Mhm.
same general gist, movie, story, you know.
Yeah. All right, man. I want to move now to the music that you've been putting out because obviously it's been super dope. You put
Yeah.
out two super dope projects over the past year, Iboga, Monk, and I want to start with Iboga because so like my favorite track on that is probably Tennis Court, maybe, and I think that's a really good song to key on because I think it shows something really intriguing about your music because you obviously have like these humorous aspects. We've talked about this in a lot of ways, but it's also a really interesting mix of being pretty damn soulful and like heartfelt too. Toes this interesting line. So, um, how do you approach making music? Like, do you consciously try to like balance these two kind of like emotions, or is it just naturally you?
At this point it's natural, but I did have to balance it. Like, put it like this. I used to make like just straight joke songs, like straight parody, like they might be offensive, whatever, whatever. People wouldn't get it. That's kind of what's going on with the Cell Cook the white folks,
Mm-hmm.
right? But I had so much more to say, and like, um, I got tired of people that I knew, like, just thinking I was like a joke rapper. You know what I'm saying? Just like only make, and that's not all I ever made. But I used to make like specific parody songs.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying, and I had to realize I was like, is it like as a listener, do I want to listen to Lil Dicky or is it funny if Nas says some funny shit like
Yeah.
amidst all this other real shit? And I was like, that'd be way cooler. So it was like I'm not gonna eliminate the funny shit ever because yeah, that's what I'm thinking. But I'm just gonna sprinkle it in strategically so that doesn't take over a whole song. You know what I'm saying? But like
Mm-hmm.
you can still have a thought or whatever. Like that song is about motherfuckers dying, but the first line I'm talking about pillow forts and shit. You know what I'm saying? So it's like but in a gangster way. Like I had
Yeah.
pillow for like I got pillows and weed. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, so that's a good song, man. I forget about that song sometimes.
No,
And
I
I just
love
try to
that
mix
one.
it all up because when I it's like I said, when once I hear the beat, once I feel the beat, I don't have to like think so much on what to say. It's sort of like what it makes me say, like so that ooh, like I'm just imagining. I wish I had a video because I saw somebody laying in the tennis court, you know, and like it's zooming out from above and shit, and I was just like, damn. And so that's how I started it off. And then just like it might remind you of some in your life or just emotions or whatever. Just
Hmm.
throw it all in the pot. Like whatever this beat came with, this is what it's coming with. Like boom, throw it all in the pot together. You know, if I write something to one beat, it's for that beat. I don't like switch verses and stuff like
Hmm.
because it's like it's to that music. You know what I'm saying? Like so yeah.
You know, like another interesting mix too I see is like on the music side of things. You have like another example song for people to have in mind is Regal Flow. You got like this glitchiness, it's kind of like weird, kind of off kilter shit, but it's also like really delicate soul sampling. And you know, you said honey. That's when I was thinking of. I was thinking of that beat because it's like a rap lullaby almost. It's like so like oh, it's like I know. And then I was like honey. I was like yeah, that's exactly the
So
way I would take that beat. So like, what were what are some of your key inspirations that like helped you develop your style production wise?
Um, I'll say the albums really. I'll do a mix, I guess. So when I started really making the beats, with my big cousin and shit, my favorite producer was Pharrell and Polo the Don, who was producer for Rich Boy and shit,
Mm.
and like Timbaland and um eventually Kanye and shit. And then I got into my bad. RZA. I forgot about
I was
RZA.
gonna say Wu-Tang has to be
RZA
part
was
of this.
always
RZA's got to be part of
number
this.
one to me. He was always like the guy. Like really, there was no one else. RZA was like that dude. You know what I'm saying? So I always liked RZA, and uh, as I started making, I liked all the other people I said too, and then Doom. Doom was like the final piece. But specifically from RZA, it was like all them early Woo joints and like Liquid Sword. Liquid Sword sounded so crazy to me. To Cal, all that shit. Um, like more so Liquid Swords and Cal sonically than even only built for Cuban links.
Yeah, that one I don't get as much. That one's a little different.
Those
Yeah.
albums and like rapping wise, have way bigger impact on me. I mean, they all have a big impact on me, but like those two albums, rapping wise, like I was like, ah, and then Takao and uh Liquid Swords beat wise, I was like, ah, but I still never achieved that. Like I never was able to make beat. I made beats kind of like that, but that's not my style. That
Hmm.
ended up coming out of me in the end wasn't that. You know what I'm saying? When I heard Doom, it was like just a mix of all of that, everything, and it was like honey. That was the honey. That was the first time I heard the honey for real. For real, is Doom, and it took me. I remember it was that beat Gas Draws.
Crazy shit.
When I heard that shit, it just blew my mind, and I just couldn't. I couldn't figure it. And all my friends would always hear me play and say, "Yo, you should just rap on that beat." Because I always be like, I need the beat like this. I need a beat like this. This is it. Like I need these beats. This is the perfect beat. And they be like, bro, just download the beat and rap on it. And I'm like, I can't. Do you hear what he did? Like he made the perfect rhyme for that beat. Like nothing I ever do on that beat will be worth anything because he already did the perfection. And then I end up learning about that song, and he had been recording that verse over that beat for 10 fucking 15 years or
Oh
some shit.
shit.
You know what I'm saying? Like if you go back to his old fucking like demo tapes and shit, that song's on there. He's just way more energetic and sounds like almost a different rapper. You
Yeah, damn, like the Zev Love shit. Yeah,
know, as he was rapping on that shit as Zev Love, and then over
yeah.
time, he just kept rapping it, and he like polished it more, and that's what we get. I like the version that's on the LP on the 12-inch on the vinyl and shit. The like whatever version more than I like the other one. But yeah, I like them all. That shit's like the perfect beat, the perfect sample, the perfect way you sample some shit, the perfect everything, right? And so it wasn't until Eboga or maybe sometime working with Qari where I found like a certain sauce, I'll say, that gets me around there in terms of that honey shit. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I found out, a little technique I could use to get the sound I want. You know what I'm saying? And once I unlocked that, everything just like fell out. You know what I'm saying? Like all the rhymes fell out. Everything just fell out. Like it was no, it was all just the beat. Like it was all like I had this shit built up inside of me and I was just waiting for the right tone. And my friends that know music, like reading music and play instruments and shit more, they tell me like, yo, you always rap like in these type of keys or like
Mm.
this signature or that's crazy. That's like a 6/8 or whatever. And I'm like, I don't know what none of that shit means. I just hear it and I'm like, that's it. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I just be trying to hone in on it. You know what I'm saying? But I know when you hear it, I know it's and I hear beats all the time. People send me beats and all shit, and I love the beats and they're great beats. And sometimes it's beats that I could never make. You know what I'm saying? But I can't rap on that shit because it ain't hitting my soul. You know what I'm saying? Like
Mm-hmm.
that shit gotta hit me. So
Yeah,
that's
those feel distinctly you, like those two, like Operation Hennessy too, but like especially Iboga and Monk, like they hit it, they're hitting a tone that's cohesive, like really cohesive. And that Doom shit, I can really hear that in the drums, like I said, that glitchiness, like Doom always did that shit where there's these weird like little skips and drums skittering. I love that. It's like ear candy to me.
exactly. And even in on Operation Hennessy, there's the song Argonaut is
It samples the thing, right?
the beginning of Doom and Madlib shit. Cause
It's
I
one
was
of those interlude tracks, right?
it was the intro. So I took the first song they did and I was like, to me, it was like on some super villain shit. Like I was challenging them in my head. You know what I'm saying? Not that maybe at the time I did think I could, you know what I'm saying? And I was like, yo, I'm gonna take your first joint and you should have just because I believe in the simplicity, I believe in the loop, and I believe that they believe that too. And the first joint on y'all album has a beautiful, simple loop at the literal first sound you hear, and y'all didn't loop it. I want to hear y'all rapping on that shit, but y'all didn't do it. And y'all probably did it for a good reason. But guess what? I'm about to do it. You know what I'm saying? And then like in my mind, I was like, I'm gonna add insult to injury and I'm gonna put just a drum loop on it. You know what I'm saying? Like I manipulated it and made it
Yeah.
sound deep and thumping, but I didn't like program or change nothing. That was the loop. You know what I'm saying? That's the dude, that's the guy playing. I didn't
Hmm.
chop it. So I was like, simple, simple. Like it don't get no more simple than that. One loop, two loop beat. And so to me, that was like a jab. Like that's like me punching them in the arm, like, hey, like I'm here too. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm ready to be the villain, like whatever. Like I want to be the crazy protege that you know what I mean, that it turns bad and y'all gotta put him down now. You know what I'm saying? Like that's how I was thinking in my mind. I was like on some mad scientist shit. Like not I thought that if they ever got it or heard it, they would get it and they would laugh. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
That's really what I was doing. And yeah. So maybe one day Madlib will hear the shit. I don't know. He could easily be like, get that shit the fuck out of here. You're an idiot. You know what I'm saying? I'd be like, fuck it.
Yeah,
But
yeah, fuck it, fuck it. At
I
the
was-
end of the day, it's dope. You know it's dope.
because I was like, at the time, I was like, man, because everybody always in my ear, this dude. I was like, man, fuck them. Not fuck them. I was like, fuck Madlib. Fuck. They was talking about Madlib, Alchemist, Madlib, Alchemist. I was like, man, fuck them dudes. I love them. You know what I'm saying? But like, why is my friend hyping them up? You know what I'm saying? Fuck them. I could do that too. I could spar with them too. You know what I'm saying? That's how I felt.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to um do that. And Doom ass, I don't even he's just like a wizard. Like
Yeah.
I couldn't even I every time I go back and I study, I can't figure out. I just can't figure him out. I can't figure out how to touch him. You know what I'm saying? Like
It's impossible practically. Like,
it's impossible. He's so nice in what he's doing. And so it's only like, I'm just and that's really how the monk shit was the mentality, because that was right after he passed. And I was like, I gotta get on my monk shit. I gotta be about my craft. I gotta because that's how he did it. He put in so much work and time and hours. That's what it is. You know what I'm saying? Like I got to do that shit too. And then he was also a master of that loose shit, being loose, and everything that I was personally looking for already in my shit. You know what I'm saying? I felt like he was doing really well. So I had to study and just try to see. And it just reinforced what I was already doing and thinking in terms of like, let go a little more. You know what I'm saying? Like you got to back up off it while you trying to smother the process. You know what I'm saying? If it hits you and you feel like doing it, that's all. That's all you need.
yeah.
That's it. If it don't hit you, move on. Do some new shit. So that's it. Ain't got to get caught up sitting for 3 hours writing shit. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Just boom.
You know, like it's so like going to monk now, like how you're describing your mentality, it's kind of related to how I feel like the album makes me feel. I feel like this Sunday afternoon after, and that's you said like I need to get focused on my craft. Like I wrote down, it's like it reminds me of like that feeling on like a Sunday afternoon. I like had a really productive morning. I did a bunch of good shit, like healthy, got my shit done, and now I can like chill out, maybe watch some football. And I'm just relaxing on the couch, maybe with a spliff in hand or whatever.
Yeah.
And it's like makes me feel like what were you trying? Like you call it monk, right? Like I'm assuming it's because like you wanted to create something that's like really peaceful, quote unquote monk music. But then I'm also thinking of monk mode. I don't know if you've heard of this thing or like the monk mindset, which is like basically like a mindset where you're like, I'm gonna put everything away and I'm just gonna focus like a monk.
That's what I was doing. And that's what I did in my
Yeah.
I didn't go nowhere. I wasn't going out the house. I wasn't kicking it with the homies. I wasn't doing none of that shit. I went to isolation. I went and my girl was laughing at me because I fucking was Googling what do monks do? What's a monk's schedule like? Like, you know what I'm saying? And I based my schedule for every day off the monk schedule. So I would get up sunrise, you know what I'm saying? I would exercise, run around, ride my bike, whatever, you know what I'm saying? Then I would um meditate, you know what I'm saying? Which my meditation was just smoking some weed, you know what I'm saying? I had to switch that around because I used to just wake up and smoke the weed. So I got up, I do a little stretch, whatever, and then I smoke the weed. Then um, little grub real quick, and then boom back to the teachings, which is the beats and shit. So listening to music and just trying to have music going on, just treating it like I'm training. And that time, that's all I was doing. And the album to me is like a little more aggressive. Like I'm rapping a little more energetically than Iboga. Iboga came about because I opened my fridge and a vial of acid spilled onto my floor. And like an idiot, I tried to like clean it up and like You know what I'm saying? I ended up ingesting some and fucking yeah, like my friend left this shit at my house and like I'm holding it for him. He was like scared to drive with it, whatever. So it's just in my fridge. I open the fridge, it fucking shatters. Shit gets all in my system and I'm just like bugging out. And like for like I made that whole shit. I recorded all them songs in 24 hours. You know what I'm saying? Just sitting right here where I'm sitting right now with this mic, just like this. And it was more like introspective and me kind of playing around with shit. And then after seeing the response, I came back on Monk, like, all right, like now I'm kind of like, you know what I'm saying? And so, yeah, but still being a little laid back, you know what I mean? But just more now I'm on it, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Now I was on my monk shit. Like I was like, boom, focus. I was unfocused. It was just complete serendipity before. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Now I'm like, let's go. Like put the music on, like treating shit serious, not just, you know what I'm saying, letting, you know, you might just sit on the couch for 5 weeks and not feel like making no music. At this time, I was like, I don't give a fuck how I feel. I'm going in there and I'm working. You know what I'm saying? So I go through phases like that. You know what I'm saying? My monk phases. I slipped off, you know what I mean? I start going to parties and shit, getting drunk, you know what I mean? Like, fuck. Yeah, I gotta get back on it.
That's sick that that was like your mindset. I literally that's I actually didn't even think about that until as you were talking about like I don't know what you were I'm forgetting what you were saying before, but then I was like, oh, monk mode, monk mindset. I've heard that before in like the productivity spaces. So I was like, that's super sick that you actually did that.
Yeah,
That's really dope.
other funny part is like the whole acid part. Like people have been like I've seen in like Silicon Valley, everybody's been microdosing for
Yo,
product.
for real. For real.
All this shit. Like my solo run was sparked the same way. Like I spilled the shit on the floor and tried to clean it up, got high as fuck, and just started. I made a whole album. You know what I'm saying? Just started fucking dropping shit. So it's the same shit. You know what I'm saying? It's just funny. Like I be seeing them articles on that shit. I'm like, ah, shit's funny as hell. I did the same thing on accident though.
Yeah.
It was an accident.
So Monk's gonna be re-released on the 24th of September as a deluxe. There's an extra track, instrumentals on vinyl, just super dope. What I my question is like, what are your future plans here? So I know you kind of like name dropped or mentioned a couple different projects that are coming out supposedly soon. So like I'm assuming your output's gonna keep
Yeah.
increasing now.
So I'll probably start looking at. I got a show coming up, so I'll probably be focused on that. But I'm gonna start looking at my next. I got songs sitting on my shit right now, like that I could technically organize into a tape, like I did Month and shit. But I want it to be. I ain't got through all the songs yet. You know what I'm saying? But more importantly, I'm not even focused on that yet because I got the tape with Def C and SolarFive that's done, minus maybe a song. Um, that's probably coming soonest.
Are
Then
you producing on that, rapping or both?
it's mostly produced by me and SolarFive, and we're all rapping on, I think, every song.
Dope.
All three of us. So it's crazy. Like I was listening to some shit off of there yesterday, and I'm just like, I can't wait for it to come. I can't wait to perform those songs. You know what I'm saying? With them. But then me and Mick, we got our tape. You know, that's sort of kind of something that's just gets worked on like as time goes. Cause he sent me shit, I sent him shit. We might end up collabing. When it's done, it's done. You know, when I know it's done, it's gonna be done. Then me and Qari working on our shit too. That's probably gonna come Christmassy time after Christmas type shit. You know what I'm saying? And then I got two solo joints. So that's five. I got one coming with Filthy Records.
Dope.
Who's putting out the vinyl. Shout out to Decay and everybody on Filthy. And yeah, I got a specific tape of some dirty ass grimy shit that's coming with Filthy, and it's been done for a while. But I think that's also got one more song. And then that solo tape I just said that I'm doing. But yeah, so it's gonna be probably 2, 3 more of them solo tapes that just fall out, just like Uboga and Monk. You know what I mean? So I think once I just sit back, look, I've been doing all kind of shit. I got this shit today, Transformers, the Dino Bot. You know what I'm saying? I'm out here, got all kind of toys going on. I still got all
Yeah.
equipment right here, you know, all the SPs. But I've just been enjoying the summer, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Cars, playing with cars and shit. You know, I'm a eclectic man, you know what I'm saying? I like to, you know what I'm saying, enjoy my life. Like, you know what I'm saying? And I guess working into my schedule of just bucketness has to be the productivity to uh make this music. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? Which is what I'm figuring out now. But yeah, gotta get back in monk mode, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it was you already got confidence you can do it. You already did it.
I want
And
to be a monk 24/7, you know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Sometimes I want to go let loose, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
so finding that balance. I'm trying to find that balance like in my everyday life. So it's not just like these 2 weeks I'm wild and these 2 weeks I'm focused. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. The healthy balance. It's tough, but
Everyday balance. Cause right now I'm like, I don't know if it's the moon or what the fuck run my shit. But when I'm on, I'm on. When I'm off, motherfucker, I'm off. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't hit me up. I'm chilling. You know what I'm saying? Like anybody will tell you I be chilling. I be you can't find me. You know what I'm saying? People like, where the fuck is he? He's chilling. And then I
yeah.
just pop out and everybody's like, oh shit. You know what I'm saying? So gotta get back on it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I wish I had my shit hooked up so I could play some of this new shit.
Oh man.
You know,
Yo.
maybe another time. You know what I'm saying? I got all kind of shit, unreleased shit. You know what I'm saying? Maybe I'll send you some shit.
Yeah, so you can send it. I can put it on the back burner of this. Play it
Yeah,
right after.
send you some shit because you know I just and I sent Def C and Q and Def C and SolarFive a lot of songs and Mick just to like test them, like see what they say about the verses. I know if I get all 3 of them, then it's some shit. And they
It's
ain't
on, yeah.
gonna lie, like they'll be the first to tell me, like, nah. It ain't happened yet, but like, you know what I'm saying? I know that they would. So
That's good. That's good they're honest.
but damn, I need Def C and SolarFive tape is so crazy. That is
I think I saw Def C talking about that on Twitter one time. Yo,
damn.
I think he's the one. I think he's actually the reason why I got into your music. I don't know. He may have tweeted about Monk. If not, it was like Iceberg Theory because I both of them were like talking about you, and I was like, I've never heard of this guy.
Either
And then I'm
way,
like, oh, I have heard of this guy, but I just didn't know your music specifically. And yeah, from there, it's been
I think
great.
I heard about it from Def C. And I have it's a song I want to send you from me and Def C from like because we were playing it the other day. We made that maybe I don't know, it was a long time ago. Like I don't know, but it's fire. Maybe 2014, something like that. But it is fire. Fire. And it's just me and Def C on it. I made the beat. That's my guy, man. We've been rapping a long time.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well,
he's
send me all that. I am very, very welcoming of all that. I would appreciate it.
I just want to make you a little folder, a little SoundCloud playlist. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, I love that. I love that. All right, man. Well, it's been such a blast. Like this has been a great conversation. Everybody's got to check out Monk. You can pre-order it now. I'll put the links in all the descriptions of wherever you're watching this, listening to this, and just yeah, I love what you do. Keep it up, and
I got to
appreciate you
interview.
coming on.
It ain't over. I got to interview you now. What's your favorite ice cream?
Ice cream. I like a classic chocolate. I like a classic like dark, and if it's like a dark chocolate, I like. I don't have a huge sweet tooth, so like not many ice creams I care for too much.
I like vanilla, you know what I'm saying? But it's all good. That's all
That
I got. You know what I'm
that's all
saying?
you got. Okay, well, that's a sick interview. I really appreciate that.
I gotta get you on a song. I gotta get you rapping. Yeah.
Yo, there's a guy, there's a rapper I interviewed too. He actually wanted me to go on a song. I tried, like I still want to do it, but it's like I already hate listening to these fucking podcasts when I have to edit them. So I'm like, yo, I hate my voice.
Oh, I know how that goes. I just got over my voice. My old song, I used to be like rah, 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 like rapping real deep and shit. But shit, I'm gonna maybe get you like some fucking like intro, some shit like intro on a beat, like yo, like you the radio announcer or something. You know what I'm
Yo,
saying?
you know what's funny you saying that? There's this dude, Blood Blixing, super fucking ill. We actually did something like that. It just released 2 days ago. Street Codes 3. We did like a little outro interview thing on
Like
his record. It was sick. I
DJ
love that.
shit. But yeah, I got something for you though, man. I'm gonna go sample a Bollywood movie, man. I got something for you.
Yo, get on your beat conductor in India shit, like Madlib shit. I
Yeah,
fucking love that. I
got
love that shit. I'm so biased. If I hear something Indian, I'm like, yo, this is kind of the best beat ever. Yeah, totally. Fuck with it.
I got you. I'm gonna go cook something up, man. You're gonna get me back on my monk shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I love that. I love that.
Well, I appreciate you having me on this motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Appreciate the time, all that. Appreciate all the research you did. You know what I mean? Shit feel cool as hell. You know, everybody watching, make sure y'all subscribe to all the shit he got going on. You know what I mean? It's gonna be entertaining.
Yeah.
He likes
Yeah.
chocolate ice cream.
Peace. Peace, Doug. Take care. So this concludes today's episode of the Rap Music Plug podcast presented by QLC TV. I hope this episode gave you some fresh new perspectives on the latest rap releases, as well as a recommendation for the next great rap record to add to your collection. If you're an artist looking to level up your career, getting more gigs, album sales, merch sales, whatever it may be, I would love to help you with that by providing you artist development and writing services. So if you're interested, contact me via email at qlctv.podcast@gmail.com or hit me up via Twitter or Instagram at rapmusicplugpod. I would be honored to lend my expertise and help you grow your career as an artist. And also for regular rap fans that just want to hear more quality commentary on the genre, follow me on Twitter and Instagram as well. For exclusive content and updates related to the show, follow the Rap Music Plug podcast on Facebook to help the show grow and ensure that everyone's listening to the best rap music at all times. Follow the show on the podcast platform of your choice. Make sure you leave a review and rating on Apple Podcasts so that the show can be spotlighted by that wonderful algorithm and be exposed to more people. You can find all of this information along with exclusive playlists created by myself by clicking the link that's in the episode's notes. So that's all for today. Talk to you soon. Peace.